Looking from your telescope, take me on this journey home. I don't wanna wait no more.
All throughout my childhood, I do remember experiencing being teased by white women in regards to my hair, how I looked, feeling belittled. And I was, going to do an interview with this blonde woman. I thought twice about it. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah. That was my first instinct because of how she looked. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, that's no different. That doesn't give me the right to clump all blonde women in one. And look at me, I got blonde hair. Me too. But just because I had that specific experience, because it's no different than you getting robbed by a black guy once, and now you're saying all black dudes are thieves and dangerous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I have an issue because I feel like black women have been brainwashed into only accepting the European idea of what beauty is.
Yeah, the long straight hair.
Long straight hair, right? Now, we can't have anything to ourselves that we can call our own.
Hello guys, my name is Akeesha and welcome back or welcome to my channel. Now I feel like every time I come here I have a different hairstyle. Now I clearly don't have my blonde braids because I took them out yesterday because I'm the type of person who gets sick and tired of braids really easily and I like changing my hair a lot. But on the topic of hair, I wanted to talk about it today. I wanted to dedicate a video on it, and the reason why I wanted to speak about it is because, it's clearly a big part of my identity as a person of colour, specifically a dark-skinned woman. So, and also I had this conversation on my Snapchat, and it was spam for them, but a lot of people they do think it's a good idea if I bring it over to my YouTube, since I haven't been speaking to you guys for a very long time. Now, these two hugs creep me out sometimes when I look into the camera too, but this was probably the best place to film with the best lighting and stuff. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and comment down below any stuff you want to see from me or what your opinions on the matter is. So I just love starting conversation. So I'm going to be using my mum's partner's phone to look at my notes, because on Snapchat I was just rambling on and I don't want to ramble. I'm going to get straight to the point and make sure that I am getting all my points across, organization. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the relationship people of colour and especially black people have with their hair. Now, for a lot of people of colour, especially black people, their hair is a sense of identity. It is a big identity thing. Most black people, they get their hair done or they're constantly doing something with their hair because our hair can withstand so many different things. Our hair is practically anti-gravity, sis. And we can do so much with our hair. So of course it's going to be a big part of our identity because we change it so much, and it's something fascinating for people who don't get the experience we have with our hair. And this led me down the path of so where actually do black hairstyles, especially braids, because this whole conversation is going to be mainly focused on braids, actually come from? And according to, I think it's birdie.com, I'll link the source. The origin of braids can be traced back to 5,000 years in African cultures to 3,500 BC. They were very popular among women. Braids are not just a style, this craft is a form of art. Braiding started in Africa with the Himba people of Nambia, says Alyssa Pace of Booming Salon. And that's so true because let's make it more recent. During the times of slavery, people used braiding patterns for them to braid the way of escape. And, hair for a lot of people is more than just hair. It's part of their identity. It's an art form. For me, I do see it as an art form. The same way people are obsessed and crazy over makeup is the same way I craze over my hair. I love doing things with my hair. I love experimenting with my hair because it is a form of art, So I can display all the countless amounts hairstyles I've done, because I have done a lot. So the thing that inspired me to bring this conversation onto my platforms is because of a lot of talk around, of course, in the past, it was like the Jenner family, especially Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner, calling cornrows boxer braids. Like, that was a huge thing. But more recently, Bhad has came into this conversation, and that just really pushed me to like, okay, let me just talk about it. So yeah, that is kind of a whole different topic with the Bhad thing, but I'm just using that as inspiration because I think that's more the topic of blackfishing. But if I remember, I'll like link some videos that'll talk about it better than I will, because yeah, those videos are very educational for me. But to use that as a thing, it brings up the question of what is the difference between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation. I got to add in this video the definitions of cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation, so I'm gonna ask some more real quick. Alexa, what is cultural appropriation?
Cultural appropriation, at times also phrased cultural misappropriation, is the adoption of elements of one culture by members of another culture. This can be controversial when members of a dominant culture appropriate from disadvantaged minority cultures. According to critics of the practice, cultural appropriation differs from acculturation, assimilation, or equal cultural exchange in that this appropriation is a form of colonialism.
Now, I don't want to get sued or anything for defamation or anything like that. I'm just a teenager, just speaking about things that I'm passionate about. But what Kim was doing, in my opinion, was a form of appropriation because she was profiting off cornrows and reclaiming it as her own, calling them boxer braids. Yeah, so that is a form of appropriation. Like, she didn't say, oh yeah guys, I'm rocking these cornrows, like go get yourself some cornrows. It wasn't that. It was like, oh guys, go try out my boxer braids, you know? Why is it so loud? Whereas appreciation, that's more like being like what I just suggested, like, oh hey guys, look, I installed some cornrows. You don't have to give a whole history lesson, you just call it what it is, just show respect to, you know, the culture it comes from. And that's the same with like a bunch of like stuff with like Japanese culture and like Asian culture and Hispanic culture and Hispanic/Latin culture and stuff like that. Like, if you're taking something and that you can appreciate something, I'm not saying that, you know, you can't appreciate stuff, because, you know, I grew up loving Asian culture, and like there's even times when I used to like wear kimonos and like traditional dress to parties and stuff because I appreciated it, but I didn't claim it as my own, if that makes sense. So what is my personal opinion on people who aren't people of colour, especially white people, wearing braids? I have friends who wear braids, and to be honest, I couldn't really care less if someone wears braids, because at the end of the day, like, traditionally Caucasian hair, so basically straight hair, can't necessarily hold braids that well because, you know, it's heavier, so it slips and all of that stuff, and like the hair just can't withstand. Oh my days. To be honest, I don't know where I've left off because I was legit interrupted again, but I think I was talking about like what my opinion is. So yeah, so Caucasian hair can't, you know, hold it because braids are heavy as anything. So like, I'm just like, you know, wear your hair how you want. You know, that might be a controversial opinion because, you know, people are like, why does you know, black culture have to get hauled out? To put it explicitly, or like constantly have to get taken and not given credit. Then when we do it to embrace our own culture, we get shamed for it, but then when other people do it, it's like shameful, and that is really annoying me. But yeah, and I totally understand that, and as someone who has experienced discrimination for my hair, I know what that feels like, and I know that point. But with me, I'm just like, I have to let people, you know, use their creative license where they want, but what I can't stand is you're not showing respect, or you're not showing it like appreciation for that culture. It's the same, you know, that could be done simply by saying what it is. Don't call it boxer braids, just call it cornrows, or like just being like, oh, it's inspired, and actually do it well, because some of y'all are trying to claim and trying to be fake woke, yet but the braids or the wig of the braids look trash, if I'm being honest here.
Next
is, some people might counter argument and say, then why do black people make such a big deal of, or people of colour make such a big deal of white people or other people of different ethnicities wearing braids when they wear wigs? Like, their natural hair isn't straight, their natural hair isn't neon green, they're not And to that I say, one, some black people are actually born with naturally straight hair. It is a possible thing, sweetheart. And two, I don't think that's a valid argument, because people who have straight hair and adhere to westernized beauty standards and overall beauty standards, they aren't oppressed for having straight hair. So you can't use the argument of, why are black people angry that you know, they are white people are wearing braids, because you are not being oppressed for the hair you have, you know? And I'm talking to white people who make that argument, but you're not getting oppressed for having that hair type, and you haven't been conditioned for years to, you know, that you will only be proper or be respected if you have that hair type. So, and also, like, I never said you couldn't do it. Just show credit where credit is due, and make sure you say where it comes from. So that's my opinion on the matter. Oh, this is right, okay. And then another question was, why do I change my hair so much? And I get this all the time. Like, I have changed my hair so much. I'll include photos all around. But yeah, I do change my hair a lot. Let me fix this real quick. So yeah, I do change my hair a lot, and as like I mentioned before, from one of the sources I do see my hair as art. Like, I get bored really easily of my hair. Like, I get tired of seeing myself in the same different hairstyle, and I'm curious and I want to try loads of things. I want to express myself in different ways, and one day I'm feeling this colour, one day I'm feeling that colour, and that's the beauty of the hair type I have, because I can experiment with it so much, because it's able to withstand that. And if you guys are wondering, I've got 4C type hair, if you just didn't know. But yeah, but now also to link to the point before about, you know, the argument of why do white people, I've said so many different colours that like my brain is like, but referring to the argument of why are black people angry that you know, they are white people are wearing braids. Basically, I wanted to talk about self-hatred within the black community, and I mean that with, like, especially families. Now, because we have been oppressed for generations and have been told this narrative that you are not beautiful unless you adhere to Western standards, or you don't look proper unless you relax your hair, or you wear a straight weave or looser curls, or, you know, westernize yourself or whiten yourself. You know, a lot of, especially older generations, have this view with how you are supposed to wear and keep your hair. And I can't blame them, because, you know, they had their livelihood, and just that, like, them being themselves put at risk for them being born the way they are. So of course that stigma and that ideology is going to be spread across generations, because they're raising kids who are going to raise kids who are going to raise kids who are going to raise kids. And I've experienced this as well. Like, I've only ever relaxed my hair once or twice, and my hair is just not meant to be relaxed, and I don't want it to be relaxed. And also, if you have relaxed hair, that's your choice, it's your hair, you know. But why are you relaxing it? Are you relaxing it for yourself, or are you relaxing it for others? That's the only question I have. But yeah, so I so a lot of people, like, especially when I used to get my hair done, they were like, oh, this will be so easier if you like relaxed your hair, or like, why do you relax your hair, like when you could, like, I mean, why do you keep your hair like this when you could like relax it and all this? And I was like, sis, why are you so pressed that I don't have relaxed hair? Like, this is your hair type, you know how to work with it, you are of my race, so why can't you just figure it out? Like, it's not that much of an inconvenience, which slightly stresses me out when a lot of people are like, oh, I can't do the natural hair journey, or I can't have my hair natural because it's hard to keep, it's like too kinky and too coily and it gets stuck. No, sis, just take your time to learn your hair, the same way you took your time to learn how to keep up your relaxed hair and look after your relaxed hair. Show that same love to your natural hair, you know. And once again, I've got nothing against people who relax their hair, because my mom relaxes her hair and stuff. And you know, like, sometimes I don't think it's actually that easy, because I feel like you have to keep your relaxed hair in a certain way so it doesn't revert back to your curly state as quickly. And it also breaks your hair, and it's not necessarily that healthy for your hair. But with keeping it up, you just have to learn. You just have to join the dance with your hair, you know. You need to learn your hair's love language and how to look after it properly. Sorry if I keep looking down. Oh god, I'm just reflecting back to this. But yeah, that's my opinion on that matter. And then I also want to like bring up examples of, you know, kids who got discriminated, or just people who get discriminated for them being themselves, especially in relation to their hair. So I remember there was an episode on This Morning a few years ago of this kid in the South, and this Rastafarian kid who had his locks, and he went in to like the opening days and stuff, and like the mum asked, is his hair okay? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. And then it came to his like first day of secondary school, and he wasn't allowed to go in because of his locks. And like the kid, understandably, he was like, oh, what? And like it really disheartened me, especially when these situations happen with kids, because they're just so naive and so vulnerable and so pure, that like, to know that they get hate, and I mean, I know I have, because that's been my experience too, but to know that they have such harshness put against them for them being who they are and being born the way they are just hurts me so much. And like, I'm like, why can't people just get over their ignorance and stuff? And like, I don't like the arguments of like, oh, certain like black hairstyles, they're unkept or they're dirty. It's like, we have more stigma attached to us than we already did. Like, yeah. And like, another thing, I think I was watching a Destined Choice and the Mademoiselle video when they were talking about that. I'll try and link that if I remember as well, coffee promises. But they were talking about hair as well, and Destin brought up a really good point, that look at all the celebrated and high up black women in society and in media and like celebrities. Do any of them have their natural hair up? And it was sad for me to like think like, oh wait, no. And then when you're like or like that, you have to think of people to name who have their natural hair out. And don't get me wrong, there are people who do, like Ari Lennox, definitely said her name wrong, Ari Lennox, I think that's how you pronounce it. Bro, I don't know, I'm just casually chilling here with my British accent in it. But like people like her, you know, they do confidently wear their natural hair out, but there's more people who don't than do, and I do feel like that needs to change. I want people to embrace their curls, you know, love their curls. I mean, I know when I have daughters, my daughter is not going to know what a relaxer box looks like. That thing's going to be foreign to her, and that's just something I want to carry on to me personally, because I want to teach my kid, and I want to break the generational ideology that, you know, my kid's hair is unkept or stuff like that. Like, that's her crown. She has to wear that with confidence, and that's the crown she's going to have for the rest of her life. And she can embrace that because her crown can withstand anything. And I feel like that we need to start educating and start instilling self-love, especially in regards to hair, in our young boys and young girls, because those are our new future, those are our next generation. And as a 17-year-old, I know how much my hair and opinions on my hair has shaped my identity and shaped my worldview. And you know, there is a lot of unwiring that we have to do, but we have to start that conversation, and we have to introduce that again, because, you know, as Dua Lipa says in Boys Will Be Boys, the kids ain't all right. And like, it's just really sad that we are still living in a colonized mentality. Don't get me wrong, I know that there's still a lot of oppression and racism in this world, but we gotta love our own, and we have to uplift our own as well. And I think that's where I'm gonna end this conversation, because I feel like I've been talking for very long and been rambling, but I'm really interested to know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you guys like these chill kind of vibes and you also want to check out my other content, feel free to subscribe, because I know some of y'all be binging anyway, so you might as well subscribe and join the family. And please like this video and share it to start the conversation, and just to try and get this to as many people as possible, for them maybe to get a bit of education, because a lot of hatred also stems from ignorance and not knowing any better. So yeah. Also leave me some suggestions of videos to do, because I really don't know what to do in this quarantine. I'm thinking of adding another episode to Corona Diaries. I don't know if you guys like that or not. I'm also currently working on a new project as well, so just let me know. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and bye. I said it like 3 times. Well, I'm sorry.
No, sorry. Stop, pause, and
Oh.
In the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palms of my hands, the need for my care, because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, all you women and me.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of Thoughtful Tuesday/Thursday, depending what day we're going to do this on. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a blessed day, night, or wherever you are. Bye!